The world is closing its doors again. Borders tightening, flights grounded, movement restricted. But maybe, just maybe, what looks like a shutdown is actually a setup for something deeper. Because when the outer world says, you can't go there, the inner world whispers, but you can come here. What if this travel ban isn't just a political event, but a spiritual invitation? Welcome back, soul travelers. On this channel, we talk about the journeys that don't require a plane ticket, journeys of spirit, consciousness, and transformation. Today, we're diving into something that's making global headlines, the 2025 international travel bans. From the US reinstating selective entry restrictions to multiple countries tightening visas and border checks due to global instability, we are seeing another wave of restricted physical movement. But while the body may be grounded, the soul is still free. So, what's really happening? In response to increased geopolitical tensions, migration crises, and public health concerns, more than 40 nations have reimposed some form of travel limitation. The US recently announced a travel freeze for multiple high-risk zones. European countries are strengthening border surveillance. Even traditionally open nations are tightening entry. But this isn't just about logistics or policy. It's about energy. When physical movement is restricted, something bigger is often trying to get our attention. In spiritual language, being grounded isn't punishment, it's preparation. The modern world often equates movement with progress. Planes, passports, productivity, always reaching for the next destination. But the soul doesn't work on frequent flyer miles. The soul works in sacred stillness. Think about it. Prophets didn't find God in places. They went into the desert alone. Mystics didn't awaken in crowds. They entered caves in silence. Shamans didn't hear spirit while moving. They fasted, rooted to earth, listening. These weren't delays in their path. They were the path. Stillness isn't a void. It's a container, a womb space where the soul gestates a new form of awareness. When the world says you can't go out, it's often your higher self saying you're ready to go deeper. This global travel ban may look like restriction on the surface, but energetically, it's a cosmic pause, a reset point asking, what have you been running from? What parts of you are overdue for integration? Because movement without meaning is just distraction, but stillness, real stillness, reveals what we've buried beneath the noise. The energy of this ban is not about control, it's about containment. Not like a cage, but like a chrysalis. The caterpillar does not become the butterfly mid-flight. It dissolves completely in sacred stillness before it ever learns to fly. You are not being stopped. You are being shaped. In the realm of energy and spirit, movement isn't always external. Your body can be completely still, and yet your soul can be traversing entire inner landscapes. The chakras spin, the mind expands, the heart journeys through lifetimes of feeling in a single breath. You can sit in complete silence and travel through dimensions unseen, connecting with ancestors, guides, your future self, even universal consciousness itself. And often, it's in the stillness that these energies become the most active. Because when the outer world quiets, the subtle body, your energetic system, starts to speak louder. you may start to notice vivid symbolic dreams, full of colors, people, and messages you don't fully understand yet. Spontaneous insights, knowing things you didn't learn but now remember. Heightened emotional states, joy, sadness, longing, clarity, moving through you like waves. Old memories resurfacing, not to haunt you, but to heal you. And this isn't regression. This is spiritual recalibration. Like a musical instrument being tuned before it can play its next song, your spirit is being fine-tuned for its next expression. Think of it this way. The archer pulls back the bow before the arrow flies. The earth must rest in winter before it blooms in spring. The soul must contract to gather strength before expanding into its next level of power. Stillness doesn't mean stagnation. It means incubation. It's the sacred pause before the breakthrough. And right now, as the world slows down, you're being invited to feel the inner current rising beneath the surface, to trust that even when nothing seems to be happening, everything is. So, what can you do right now? If your physical travel plans have been blocked, consider these invitations. 1. Take a soul journey. Try guided meditations or breathwork that simulate inner movement. 2. Reclaim your energy field. Cleanse, ground, and realign. No airport security needed. 3. Set spiritual intentions. Use this pause as a sacred space to ask, what part of me needs to move, even if my body can't? Remember, this isn't about escaping the world. It's about re-entering it from a place of alignment and clarity. There's a universal spiritual law called as within, so without, as above, so below. Sometimes the world mirrors our own need to slow down, reassess, or rewire. This travel ban might not be a block, but a boundary your higher self set, so you could come home to yourself. Nations are enforcing borders. Maybe it's time we enforce our own inner boundaries too, not against people, but against patterns, against fear that keeps us small, against old identities that no longer reflect who we've become, against ego stories that say we're not ready, not worthy, not whole. Because if the outside world is closing its doors, it may be asking us to open new doors within. Doors to healing, to purpose, to the sacred parts of us we abandoned while we were too busy chasing passports, approval, and progress. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't need permission to return to yourself. You don't need clearance to connect with Source. You are, and have always been, your own sacred homeland. Stillness is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of your expansion. A pause before the quantum leap. A breath before the next becoming. A reminder that while the world may build walls, your spirit was built to rise. Stillness is not stagnation. Stillness is the portal. So, if you're feeling stuck, ask yourself, where is my soul asking me to go? Because while airports may be closed, your access to divine energy, guidance, and growth is wide open. If this message stirred something in you, hit like, share it with someone who needs this shift, and subscribe, because your inner journey is just the beginning. And remember, no ban can block your spirit. You were never meant to escape. You were meant to expand. Be more than a label and embody your divine soul.